Training tips with Ruthie. Today I'm bringing you a metabolic conditioner, so a MetCon, with 3 exercises. What is that? That is like a circuit training. You usually program it at the end of your workout to get your heart rate up and just improve recovery. So if you play sports or anything like that, you're working with strength and endurance. And so the idea is to have minimal rest and keep going. And it's usually done for between 10 and 20 minutes. So I'm going to give you 3 exercises and we're going to do them back to back. So I'll start with the first one, which is going to be a kettlebell swing. Starting with the bell in front. See, I have a nice flat back. I've got my hips nice and high. I'm going to flick the bell back, stand tall, my shoulders stack over my ribs, over my hips, and my ribs stay down. It's not my upper body that's moving the bell, it's this action. So that's the first one, kettlebell swing. We're going to do 15 to 20 reps. The next one we're going to do is an overhead carry. So we're going to push press the weight overhead. We want to have the wrist stacked. We don't want to have it falling back. So stack that wrist. Imagine punching the sky. We're going to engage the lats. Pull in towards here and you're just going to walk. Walk for distance. Maintain core stability. Intentional stepping. So you don't want to be like this. So keep pelvis forwards, ribs down, and walk strong. The final exercise is going to be just a crossover with the kettlebell. It's a little core exercise. So you're going to pop your bell down, come down onto your bum. We'll have beyond the heels of the hands here, legs long, and you're just going to sweep the legs back and forth, over and back. So you're doing like a little mini crunch. We're going to work on the legs, keeping them together, keeping them solid. You can point the toes or flex the feet. And just like bring those legs towards your torso and over the kettlebell. So there are the 3 exercises. I'm going to do one round and show you what it looks like. So first we're going to do 20 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, up overhead. Okay, punch the sky. Walk strong. Try and regulate your breath. Slow and steady. So there we go. Right. 30 meters. However you get that bell back overhead, you're going to push press it. Punch the sky. Keep those knuckles stacked over the wrist. Standing tall. And so what we're aiming for here is like minimal rest. You just keep going. You just keep moving. And you can set a timer or do for rounds. Sometimes people find timers, watching the clock, harder than rounds. But you're probably ultimately going to be doing about the same amount of time. So if you were doing rounds and 10, you could start with 3 and like build from there. And if you were doing time, you could do like 10 minutes. There are only 3 exercises, so you're going to be cycling pretty quickly through them. And so I'm using a 12 here. It's not that heavy, but it's still a good challenging weight for my overhead carry. So that's going to determine how heavy you go. And we're looking at like technique and, you know, being able to do the reps quick enough at a good pace. You don't want to be going too slow. You want to keep that heart rate up and get a good conditioning in there. So that's really good for any sport. If you can perform these type of little circuits at the end of a strength session, it means that you'll have quicker recovery between your heavy lifting sets, and in, let's say you're surfing, between waves, if you're playing sports between rounds, you know, if you have to sprint and stop. This is really good conditioning style training for that. So I hope you enjoyed this MetCon. I call it the fire round, a little fire round. Just 3 simple exercises. You can always add more exercises, but sometimes the simpler it is, the more effective it is. So training tips with Ruthie. Get your fire going. Get your metabolic system lit. See you next week.